Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with Crypto Mom 2 Talk Show, and I want to welcome everyone back to this episode and remind everyone definitely to like and subscribe. I am here today with a guest who I've chatted with many times, and I'm really excited to share with you what he's doing now. As always, these talk shows are educational. They are not financial advice. You always have to invest at your own risk when you're on the blockchain. There's always volatility. So again, those are the disclaimers that I always want to share with everyone so that way you can do your own research and make your decisions based upon what's right for you. Now, today, what we're going to be talking about is a use on the blockchain that we have seen many times before, but the problem that exists is being solved now with this new platform. And I'm going to bounce it over to my friend who is going to actually introduce himself again, since many of you might not have been able to watch some or listen to our previous talk shows. I also want to mention that this is both in the audio form, it's also on YouTube. So if you'd like to see us, and when I'm showing the platform, you can definitely hop on over. All the links will definitely be in the blog below. So no matter which one you're looking at or listening to, you'll be able to click right in and reach out to either of us to ask any questions that you have. So welcome today. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Jacqui. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I'm doing very well, and it's great to be back on your show.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, explain the company. You've been doing a lot of remarkable things, and then we're going to hop into the platform that is live and that people can actually participate in and check out.
Yeah, sure. So, as I explained, I have been in the blockchain space for a good 7 years now, and, we are based in San Francisco, London, and Delhi, and also recently in a couple of other LATAM countries, etc. So we've been expanding. And the focus, as I explained, has been 100% on blockchain. So because we've been in this space for so long, all the key products that people normally would associate with blockchain, exchanges, wallets, payment gateway, etc. I mean, you can check us out online. We've been building for a very long time. And what we are trying to do now is this particular platform called Trust Recruit, which we started building almost 2 years ago. So we are like 3 founders, me and my CTO Preeti, and my other co-founder and CEO Leela, based out of France. So 3 of us. And we decided to come up with this option of trying to basically address the core problem in recruitment, which is 2 things, I would say, in a nutshell. One, a lot of information about candidates is embellished, if not outright lie. And then the entire process of actually finding and getting to the point where you meet a particular person and then you take things forward, make an offer, could be anywhere between 60 to 70 odd days. So which is a fairly long time if businesses are trying to close position. And what we are doing with Trust Recruit is trying to solve this problem, basically. We take the verification process out. People come, they are 100% verified, and their information is on the blockchain. So we solve the verification problem. And then secondly, because people are pre-vetted, we are using an AI algorithm where candidates whose profiles are matching versus the jobs listed, they are getting matched using this particular AI engine. And this works in a similar way as some of the dating apps work in terms of matching people or making product recommendations, such as on Amazon. So this is, in a nutshell, what we are doing.
So before I show on the screen the platform, I want you to introduce also your primary company, which I see behind you, and the website for them to check out that. So why don't you go ahead and share that link so that way people can also check you out from that perspective too.
Yes, so I mean, basically I'm an engineer and a builder, but also obviously on the business side. And so this particular company called PrimaFelicitas has been, in existence for a good 9 years now. And, as I said, we started from London and then, in India and then San Francisco. And then in 2015, end of 2015, actually, we spotted the potential of blockchain and we decided to completely focus from enterprise applications to blockchain, which was scary at times. It was, but we just kept believing and kept building. And today I think we have a very broad portfolio of products. As I said, there's hardly any industry domain we haven't built a product for, including supply chain, healthcare, insurance, along with all the key things that people talk about: DeFi's, NFT marketplaces, wallets, payment gateways. So it's a complete set of things that we have been doing for a very long time now.
Yeah, and we connected a while back, and so we've been talking a lot about, the various things that you're doing, and so that's why I wanted to bring that up. So for those that are on the YouTube side, you can see that I brought up Trust Recruit, and for those that are on the audio side, definitely hop over to the Crypto Mom 2 YouTube so you can see it. Like with all, well, I shouldn't say all, but a lot of the platforms, I see here that there is a white paper. So that is something that, when I say you, for those that are listening, when you go to a platform, you need to see, is there a white paper, which is actually the vision and the business plan for what is going on that platform. So that's always good to see. So we're going to kind of explore the platform, and I see that, again, you were talking about how people can, there's two sides to this equation. There's the individuals who are looking for jobs, and then there are the actual individuals who are hiring. So the first step is, for those that are trying to look for a job, they will go over and create a profile, upload their resume, mint an NFT. I want to stop here and just kind of talk about this. Most people who are new to the blockchain area probably think of NFTs as art or music. So they might not realize that NFTs actually can be used in more than one use area. Do you want to explain a little bit about what an NFT is, so that way if someone is new to the blockchain world and wants to kind of hop on this platform to do this, they can understand a little bit about why an NFT, what an NFT is and why you're using that?
Yeah, I mean, NFT very simply is something which is unique. It's one of its kind. There are not multiple copies of that. That's what is a NFT. It is non-fungible token, which means one Bitcoin is the same as the second Bitcoin versus the third Bitcoin versus a piece of art, which is just one of its kind. So if you have the Mona Lisa in the Louvre, that's just one. There are not multiple copies. Of course, there'll be fake copies, but not the original one, right? So that's basically what a NFT stands for.
Okay, and so then the NFT is minted, meaning that the resume is placed onto the marketplace, and there's the matching, and then the listing. And then again, for those that are on the visual side, you can see that everything is kind of outlined, what the path would be for those that are on the job seeking side. On the employer side, you also have an outline where they create a job, someone replies to the job, I guess Trust Recruit, make sure that the right resumes are sent to that job. What else from an employer perspective do they need to know?
Yes, when you say Trust Recruit sends information to the marketplace, you're right. But it's actually the AI matching engine at the back, which is basically sending the right verified information and matching it to the listed jobs. That is how the platform is working. So there's no, let's say, owner intervention or anybody humanly involved in this.
So let's talk about a little bit about the investment costs for the resume. The individual who's putting their resume, there is, how does that work?
Yes. So what we are trying to do here is that we have been live. since February this year on the main net of 3 chains. So Ethereum, and then you are on Aurora on the Near network, and then Octopus network. So 3 networks we are there, and now we are adding Polygon, Solana, and Tron. So we are trying to add these 3 chains. Now, currently, if you go via Ethereum and you mint your resume NFT, then of course, at the time of minting, which means when you are submitting the information on the blockchain and getting a unique copy of that, information that you have submitted, which is what your NFT is, that is when you're paying a transaction fees, because the moment you submit any information to be stored on the blockchain, you have to pay some transaction fees. So this transaction fees is currently being paid by whoever is creating the resume. So this is not going to change ever, but because of course this resume is going to sit in the particular person's wallet, it is completely under the person's control. Nobody else has any access to it. On Ethereum, as a lot of people probably are aware, the gas fees can be, somewhat expensive. That is where Near and some of the other networks that are listed there, the gas fees is very low. And we are adding Polygon. So Polygon, when topped on Ethereum, you're able to then get literally 0 gas fees. So what Polygon has been doing for a while now is that you can mint your NFTs for free, and you only pay the transaction when there is actually a transaction with somebody else, not with the blockchain. So imagine I create my piece of art and then I don't pay anything at that point. I only pay when somebody else buys it. So at that time, they are going to take their cut. So I think that has been a very good part about Polygon, and this is something which we are trying to leverage, included on the platform, along with, of course, Solana and Tron. So these are, again, very, very inexpensive chains. So the cost of creating your resume might be, a few cents.
So I've been scrolling down while you've been sharing, so that way individuals who are on the YouTube side can actually see and learn a little bit more about the background about Trust Recruit and your company. So I'm going to stop sharing the platform for a quick second. So this is, again, the blockchain has exploded in terms of companies that are looking for skilled individuals. So this is a problem that you're definitely solving. Are there any other platforms like yours out there right now, or is yours very unique and unusual?
Yeah, so if you visit the website, the punchline is the words first. And the reason why it's words first is there are businesses who have thought about some of the problems. So I think, as I mentioned, there are multiple problems within this ecosystem. And what the platform is trying to solve is actually become all-encompassing platform which addresses all these issues. And such an approach, none of the competitors have taken so far. So that is where we say we are the world's first who are using basically Web3 technologies along with AI to solve both of these problems of clean, verified resume and then matching them. So basically cutting down on the recruitment cost as well as the time.
Which is critical because the blockchain world is evolving so fast. And so I know for a lot of companies, they need to find talent and to be able to work on the creativity that they are imagining. I really appreciate your sharing this information. What's the best way for people to reach out to you, or if they want to use the platform, what contact information would you like to share?
Yeah, simply visit the platform trustrecruit.io, and there's everything out there. There's a YouTube channel. If you click on it, you can see all kinds of video tutorial, and there's a Telegram group, very, very active admins there. You can just throw your question there. They're always happy to help. And then, you can also write to us, email information. Everything is out there on the platform. As I said, it's been live for a good 8 months now. So, things have been working very fine, and we are in the process of going on the mainnet very shortly. So we are, adding a number of things to it, and maybe another 2 months, you should see us on the mainnet and all these 3 chains, along with the 2 chains that I mentioned.
So for those that might not know, can you explain a little bit more about what the difference is between the mainnet and some of the blockchains that you've been talking about?
Yes. So the difference between testnet and a mainnet, the biggest difference is that in traditional software world, you basically can create a software and then put it out there. Users use it, and think of iOS new versions or any such software, Microsoft, right? So they send it to you and they say, okay, the new version is up, and you go and download it. And then like within 3 or 4 days, there's a new version. 10.2.1. That's because they found a bug, or the community found a bug, and they go and quickly fix it before hackers can do something, right? And they do it for a while till the version becomes stable, and this is never free of bugs. That is why they come up with the next version. Versus blockchain, because we all know anything on the blockchain is there forever, and therefore it is super critical that you get it right the first time, because you cannot go and change it. And that is where this whole concept of testnet has come in, where you put the application out there, let the community test it in a way that is not risky, so people can try. There's no real money involved, there are no real resume, or whatever is there is not real. And once you feel confident, because after the community has run it, so we ran a number of bug bounty campaigns, we obviously did several audits several times. And once we go past that and we feel confident, is when all we have to do is basically literally like switch it on. So from the test net, it moves on the main net. Everything else is the same. All the blockchains will always have a test net, which is 100% similar to the main net, except that real tokens are not involved. So if it is Ethereum, it is test ethers. When you're on the main net, there's real ethers. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, everything is the same.
Got it. All right. And are you operating in every country, or is it only certain areas?
So we are incorporated in Estonia, and we are in the process of, so we've basically submitted a license application to get a full-fledged crypto license, even though we don't need it now, but we thought we'll do it ahead of time. So when the regulation ever catches up, we are, fully compliant. So yeah, that is where we are housed, but the business is open globally. So there is no restriction. There's no cryptocurrency. I mean, there is, in the sense that we have a token, but it is a utility token. But other than that, anybody can participate. It's not restrictive.
So the companies that are on the platform right now, are they based in a certain location around the world, or how many companies? I know it's growing, but about how many companies are there right now?
So I need to check the number. I can't have, I don't remember the top of my head, but companies out of US for sure, number of them. Then companies in Europe, and then we are in discussion. So I think next time you visit, let's say at some point next week, you should have companies from the Middle East as well. So Dubai. So we are basically having a global footprint in terms of the partnerships, in terms of people who are coming to the platform. And the idea is to be the Indeed.com on
Yes.
the blockchain.
Yes.
But for the first 1 year, even though it's going to be Indeed.com on the blockchain, but we are going to be restricted to only Web3 recruiting. So only the blockchain crypto world, because we do not want to basically, because there's a steep learning curve for somebody who's outside of crypto. So to explain to them what is NFT staking, fractionalization, things that are happening on the platform might take a while. So we want to park that for something after a year. Right now, we want to just quickly go and talk to these Web3 job seekers as well as the recruiters. So recruiters are already there on the platform. Some of them are literally influencers. If you check them on LinkedIn, they have like 40,000, 50,000 following on LinkedIn for crypto and Web3. So I think that's basically what we've been trying to do, build a very solid, Web3 recruiting experience.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for being on and sharing. Remember everyone, there's so much going on the blockchain, and it really is important to stay up to date. And that's why, interviews, like today, is sharing, more information about, especially if you have a career interest, but possibly how you can navigate the blockchain. And so the link will be below so you can check it out. We're going to be having another episode, another conversation because of other projects that he has in the works and that are live. So definitely like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for the future episodes. And if you have any questions, reach out to either of us. We're here to answer them and to provide you with information as you do your own research and enjoy the blockchain and everything that it offers. So thank you so much for being on. I appreciate you. And remember, everyone, as I always say, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. We're all connected. We're all part of one world, and have a great day.
Thank you.